Josh Clark, you can see him on Sundays behind the drums 3 out of 4 times a month. He's fantastic. He's
Absolutely.
Oh, and the other Sunday he's in Discoveryland, so you always see him behind some sort of drum set. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's always very nice, always smiling. Yeah, and like Patrick said, he's always serving the church every Sunday with his fantastic drumming abilities.
We thought about when Josh was really young, he was very adamant that he wanted to be a construction worker. And we were like, well, why do you want to be a construction worker? And it turns out he had seen a sign in a restaurant a while back about how lunch started at 9:30. And we had asked him, he had asked what that meant, and we said, well, construction workers start really early in the morning. And so, lunch for them might be 9:30, 10 o'clock. And so he decided he wanted to be a construction worker so he could eat at 9:30 in the morning. Even back then, he had very strong opinions about what he wanted to do, and that motivated how he decided to proceed. And so just thinking in the last 18 years of where that's taken him, and fortunately he has more interest now than eating food. But we were reminded of Proverbs 18:16 that says, a man's gifts makes room for him. And just thinking about some of the gifts that God has given Josh, in particular his drumming. He decided in 5th grade that he wanted to take up drums. And just seeing how God has used that and the natural gifting and the way that God's developed that through his taking classes, that he's now drumming just about everywhere. Sunday service, he does it for the Spanish church. He participates in a community orchestra and is just having a great time. And we're just really blessed to see how God is using that gift that he's given him, and just the way that he just it's just a joy to just watch him just using that.
Josh is a very funny guy, and he's actually really taken his humor and used it to reach out to people, help people feel more comfortable. If he's in a situation with a room of strangers, he can bring them all together, just being himself and laughing and drawing people out.
Yep. Just thinking about, as you're preparing to graduate, that God is just always seems to be. You've always had a very strong conviction to, do the right thing, and whatever you've been interested in, you've been very motivated to follow through. And while you no longer want to be a construction worker, although there's nothing wrong with that, God seems to be leading you in the area of computer animation. We're confident that no matter where you end up, as long as you continue to put your relationship with the Lord first and allow Him to direct your motivations and your interests, we know that God's going to bless you.
Yep.
We're very proud of you, and we love you.
Yep. 5 years from now, he's going to be working in movies.
Yes,
as an animator.
We're hoping to see the next, not the next Star Wars movie, but the one after that, to see his name go down the credits for CGI animators.
Everything interests him. We had to work with him on his grades because he always enjoyed the classes and reading the material, and he's never met a literature book he didn't like.
We have our 5-year-old grandson living with us now, and he just thinks Josh is the greatest thing. I mean, they're always goofing around and pretending and playing and building forts. And yeah, I mean, he just is really able to enter in at any level, really, and just enjoy what the other person wants to do, and I think that's a real gift from God.
Right. He sat next to elderly people and just drawn them out and talked to them, and they say, "Oh, your son is such a wonderful young man." He just likes talking to people. He likes new situations.
Yep.
I think I owe him about $20 from paying Dunkin' Donuts. Shut up.
Wow.
All right, Ian.